Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Hey wife, did you know that Anchor is sponsoring our show?
Really? Don't we use Anchor to distribute our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts?
Yeah, and we are on just about every other platform available as well, thanks to them.
Why do we use Anchor as our podcasting service?
Well, they make editing and distributing our show a breeze.
What if one of our listeners wants to start their own podcast?
Then they should head over to anchor.fm or download the app to get started.
Awesome! You guys should go do that right now! Husband!
Wife!
Today is Saturday.
It sure the fuck is.
Q&A Saturday. That's what we're doing.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
All right.
Do you know what our Q's are?
I really have no fucking clue.
Okay, so I thought we would discuss a little bit about the Queen of Sheba, as well as that month of Ziv or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So I looked into a little bit of those things.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get on into it then.
That, yes, let's do.
Yeah. Okay.
Ken has.
All right. Hey, wife, do you like coffee in the morning?
I sure do, husband. Morning, noon, night. Which reminds me, I need to add that to our grocery list because we're running low.
Wait, before you do that, check out the website ungodlybrew.com where you can purchase a pound of your favorite flavor of coffee.
What if I want more than 1 pound?
Either order a larger amount or better yet, get 10% off by setting up a subscription for every 2 weeks or a month or whatever works for you.
Did you set up something special for our listeners?
You know I did. Exclusive for our listeners, get an additional 10% off subscriptions by entering the code SACRILEGIOUSCOFFEE at checkout.
That's a hellishly good deal.
Ungodly Brew is hellishly good coffee.
Okay, so let's start with the Queen of Sheba.
Okay.
I'm so fucking interested in this bitch. Okay?
Yeah.
There are so many legends about her.
I mean, we know her name, so obviously,
right.
You know.
Well,
we knew her name before we started the Bible.
Right, exactly.
Right.
I didn't know she was from the Bible.
Right.
Well, that's where...
I mean, fuck, there's a fucking cat food named after her.
Is there really?
Yeah, Sheba.
Sheba? Is
yeah.
the Queen of Sheba?
I mean, I would assume it's about something like that. Yeah, because, cats and,
What?
queens.
Cats and queens?
Yeah, especially Egyptian,
She's not from Egypt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, she might be, but probably not. Because
okay. All right.
There are stories about her under Jewish, Islamic, Yemenite, Ethiopian, and other Middle Eastern countries.
Damn.
Yeah. And they each have their own version. I only jotted down here in my notes a couple, but she is so just full of story.
Got it.
And in some stories, she's a king instead of a queen.
Oh.
But yeah, who even fucking knows?
Gotcha.
Okay?
Yeah.
She is one of the most widespread and fertile cycles of legends in the Middle East.
Interesting.
Right?
Interesting.
Modern historians identify Sheba with both South Arabian kingdom of Saba in present-day Yemen and Ethiopia.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
And the queen's existence actually, though, is disputed among historians. So it's
Gotcha.
it's not likely that she existed, but she may have because there's lots of fucking stories about her.
Right.
Okay, one of the first things I want to clear up, though, in addition to the fact that she's just fucking legendary,
Right.
is... You know those hard questions?
Yeah.
They were actually probably riddles.
Okay.
Not like hard questions like I have some, questions for you that I need answered on, I don't know, religion or whatever. Like they weren't philosophical questions. They weren't questions about business or his kingdom or anything like that. They were very likely riddles.
Okay.
Which that makes sense because you've heard stories about the person that's wandering through the desert and he comes up upon what is that unfinished the Sphinx, right? And it asks riddles of the man in the desert.
Maybe no.
No? You haven't heard that?
No.
Okay, well, the Sphinx is supposed to be something that asked riddles.
Got it.
Okay, so it makes sense. So there's that, which I don't know why, but I just thought that was so fucking interesting that it wasn't, like, I was thinking hard questions, like, I have some hard questions for you, husband.
Yeah, right.
You know, if I told you I have some hard questions for you.
Yeah.
You would not be happy.
No.
You would be worried and afraid.
Right.
Yeah. But if I said, I have some riddles for you, you would be like, no. So, Bible stories of the Queen of Sheba and the ships of Ophir, Ophir, which was a port that King Solomon got a lot of his imports from.
Yeah.
Through that port. So Bible stories of the Queen of Sheba and the ships of Ophir served as a basis for legend about the Israelites traveling in the Queen of Sheba's entourage when she, get this, returned to her country to bring up her child by Solomon.
Oh, shit.
Right?
So they did get it on.
In some stories.
Okay.
Right. And there's some questions later on in the Song of Solomon.
Yeah.
Which we haven't got to, and I'm not even sure where that is in the Bible. I don't know anything. I don't know if that's a book itself or if that's a part of a book of the Bible. I don't know.
Got it.
Song of Solomon stuff. Yeah. Where it talks about a dark, beautiful woman, and some postulate that could be the Queen of Sheba.
Gotcha.
And that she had a child by him.
Huh.
So,
interesting.
I don't know. Another legend has it that the Queen of Sheba brought Solomon the same gifts that the Magi later gave to Christ.
Oh.
You know, the 3 wise men?
Yeah.
Which, you know, he's supposed to be the wisest, right?
Right.
So that's interesting.
Yep.
So, there were a whole lot of other legends that there were so many I couldn't even get to all of them, but there were ones that involved demons and spiders.
So, like, we could go down a whole fucking rabbit hole with Sheba.
With just Sheba alone. Yeah, that would be an interesting, I don't know, like... Extra piece. Maybe like a Patreon sometime we'll do just a Queen of Sheba expose. Yeah. And talk about all of those.
Right.
I would like to read up more on her because I didn't have time. And I feel like I really cut myself short.
Right, gotcha.
Like, I'm so intrigued by this bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was that month of Ziv or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And we're like, the fuck is a Ziv?
Right.
So, I don't know if you recall, but it was in 1 Kings chapter 6, verse 1. This is what it said. It was in mid-spring in the month of Ziv during the 4th year of Solomon's reign that he began to construct the Lord of the temple.
Right.
I'm sorry, the temple of the Lord.
Sure.
Dyslexia
hit. Yeah.
So, Ziv is a Hebrew word that means light or glow.
Okay.
And prior to the Babylonian captivity, it was Ziv. But then during the Babylonian captivity, which we haven't reached yet, the word became Iyar.
Okay.
And that is interpreted as month of blossoming. Okay, so spring.
Yeah,
it's
April maybe or something.
Something like that.
Right.
I'm going to get to that in just a second because what I did here was write down all the months from that calendar. So I'm just going to say something about each month briefly.
Okay.
Yep. But before I do that, the Hebrew calendar is a lunisolar calendar, which means that the months are based on the cycle of the moon, but the years are based on the cycle of the sun.
Okay.
Because, you know, how the moon influences the seasons. I think we are on a similar calendar ourselves. We just use a different date system because, again, the moon determines the months, you know, the cycles, the seasons of the earth. But it takes 1 year for the sun to travel around, or for the earth to the earth to travel around the sun. Sorry, I'm not an astronomy major, so, you know, I had to think for a second, wait, what goes what? You get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yes.
So we're on a similar setup, but our days are different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the calendar year features 12 lunar months, again, similar to ours.
Right.
But all of their months are either 29 or 30 days. Okay?
Okay.
They don't have 31 days. Like, we're 30 or 31, except for February, which is 28 or 29.
Yeah.
All of theirs are 29 or 30. Period.
Maybe it was one of those missing, like during some of those missing days where they made the sun stood still.
Right,
fuck
right.
it, we need to add some days, so let's just make the sun stand still.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They also have, like, how our February has, every 4 years we have a leap year.
Yeah.
And that just means we add an extra day.
Right.
So they have an extra lunar month that they refer to as a leap month.
Oh.
And that's added periodically 7 times every 19 years.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay, to synchronize the 12 lunar cycles with the longer solar year.
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
The beginning of each Jewish lunar month is based on the appearance of the new moon.
Got it.
So theirs actually follows the moon, whereas ours just goes like...
Sort of in...
Ours, I mean, if you notice, our calendar months have kind of shifted. They aren't entirely in sync with the seasons anymore.
Right.
Because at the end of January, the next day is February 1st, period, the end.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, whether there's a moon, whether it's the season or not, we just do what we do.
Yeah.
Okay? So the first month is Nisan. Nisan. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced.
Gotcha.
Like the car. It's the month of barley ripening, and it's the first month of spring.
Oh, so their calendar starts
in spring. Yes. It's March to April on our calendar, and
Gotcha.
It is a 30-day month.
Got it.
Okay. The next one is IR, and that would be Ziv.
Right.
Okay. And that's the second month, and it's April, May, and it is spring, and it is 29 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
The third one is Sivan, which means season or time, and that usually falls May, June, and
Okay.
it's a 30-day month, and it's still considered spring. May, June.
Gotcha.
Still
Yep.
considered spring.
Right.
Tammuz is the fourth month. It's summer, June, July. It's 29 days. And Tammuz is the month of the sin of the golden calf, if you recall.
So it must have been when that happened, I guess.
Yeah, that happened in Tammuz.
Got it.
And that's, that whole golden calf thing that resulted in Moses breaking the tablets of the 10 Commandments.
Right, yeah.
So that happened in Tammuz.
Yep.
Okay. Number 5, the fifth month is Av, and that's one of several months which are not explicitly named in the Hebrew Bible.
Interesting.
And it is a 30-day month that happens in July, August time frame, and it is summer.
So not a lot happened during that time of the year in the Bible.
No, I guess not. Today's date, as we're reading this, is the 15th of Av, 5782. The year 5782.
Oh, I like that a lot. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah, remember I told you that their years?
Yeah.
They start from when Adam and Eve happened.
We should start giving the date of
the Jewish date
in when we read the Bible.
We could if we felt like it.
It'd be like a star date,
Star date. So that's today. Again, as we're reading it, it's the 15th of Av.
Got it.
You guys will be hearing this the next day, which is the 16th of Av.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. So the next month is the 6th month, Elul. It's 29 days, August, September, summer. And the word originated from the Akkadian word for harvest.
Okay.
So even though it's summer, it's late summer for us.
Yep.
And so that's their harvest month.
Sure.
The 7th month is Tishrei or Tishrai. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Okay.
It's 30 days, September, October time frame, autumn.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
And appropriately enough, Tishrei comes from the Akkadian beginning.
Got it.
So it's the beginning of harvesting all your shit.
Right.
Okay. Number 8. The 8th month is Marshavan. Marshavan. And that's from the Akkadian that literally means 8th month. I thought that was funny. I had to include that. Yeah. Marshavash is sometimes shortened to just Shavan. I mispronounced the first one. It's Marshavan.
Okay.
So it's sometimes shortened to just Shavan.
Got it.
and I'm positive I'm pronouncing these wrong, so multiple apologies.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be
right.
Rude or insulting. I suck. Period.
Sure,
the end.
yeah.
It's been reinterpreted as the Hebrew word for bitter, like the way the Hebrew spelling is. Some of their symbols have shifted over time.
Yep.
And so now it's been reinterpreted as the Hebrew word for bitter, alluding to the fact that the month has no holidays or fasts.
Well, that's boring.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why I included it. I thought that was just boring enough to be interesting.
Right, yeah.
Interesting in its boringness.
Well, and as many celebrations as they have, like, people are like, God, whole fucking month? No celebrations?
Month. Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
The Hebrew Bible before the Babylonian exile refers to it as the month of Bul.
Okay.
B-U-L. And that actually is something that we have just recently read that we didn't realize that's what we were reading in 1 Kings chapter 6.
Okay.
So, I mean, this was just this past Monday we would have read this.
Yeah.
And I think we probably did, go, what the fuck is that? I'm going to have to look into these months. Because I know Ziv was the one, and then there was another reference to a month. It must have been this one.
Gotcha.
But Sivan is 29 or 30 days.
Okay.
And it is in October, November time frame, and it is autumn.
Got it.
Okay?
Yep.
It's one of those that it gets adjusted depending on what
lunar cycles and
exactly
what have you. Right.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
So the 9th month is Kislev. It's 30 or sometimes 29 days.
Right.
So it's usually 30. The other one was 29, sometimes 30. This one is 30, but sometimes 29.
Right. And it's probably depending on the last month because there's obviously some fluctuation in those.
Right. And they have it all figured out. The way we have our calendar figured out. They've got theirs all figured out.
Right.
This falls in November, December timeframe, still autumn, sometimes known as the month of dreams, or also hope and positiveness because of the expectation and hope for rains.
Ah, okay.
Which I'm like, but why?
That seems, here we wouldn't expect rains in November, December timeframe, but
right.
I guess we would somewhat now with global warming and all, but
right, but this is in the Middle East, I guess. So
yeah, no,
I guess that makes better sense.
Right.
I was thinking of it here and why?
Yeah,
why?
no,
what?
I mean it's all this is why it makes no sense because it's local.
Right.
It's local ideas. It's local thoughts. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
In Jewish rabbinic literature, the month of Kislev is also believed to correspond to the tribe of Benjamin. I don't know why, but I thought
maybe
that was
that's when Benjamin was born.
Could be. Could be.
So
I don't know. I just thought I'd throw it in there.
Sure.
I read it. There was nothing else to it. I just thought, okay, I'm gonna just put that in there.
Yeah. Okay.
So that happened.
Right.
Okay. The 10th month is Tevet. It is 29 days. December, January, and it is winter.
Yep.
And it is from the Babylonian for muddy month. Which makes sense.
Right.
December, January, muddy month.
Sure.
Okay, the 11th month is Shavat, which I think we've heard of before. That sounds familiar to me.
Okay.
It is 30 days. It is winter, January, February timeframe. And it's from the Akkadian strike that refers to the heavy rains of the season.
Okay.
And the last month is Adar, and it is February, March timeframe, winter, 29 days.
Got it.
And that is the calendar. So now we know Ziv was the second month. Is that what I said?
I thought you said it was the first month.
No.
Oh,
Nisan
right.
is the first.
Yeah.
Is the first month. Ziv is the second one, which is now Iyar.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So we don't call it Ziv anymore.
Okay.
That was pre-Babylonian captivity.
Got it. Yep.
So.
Okay.
That is that. And
awesome.
I still want to know. That was interesting, but I still want to know more about the Queen of Sheba.
Yeah, no, I think we should definitely do a special episode about that.
I'm so intrigued.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to not forget to do that. So
I want to know more about these demons and spiders and gifts of the Magi and whatever else they got.
And I need to do just a quick shout out here. I need to let people know if there is something that we said we were going to cover at some point and you're like, when are they going to cover it? Maybe reach out to us because
I guarantee you I forgot.
We say shit all the time and we're like, that would be fun, and then we never remember to do it. So.
Because I am supposed to write this stuff down, but I can't write and be on talking recording at the same time.
Right. Sometimes we can barely talk, so.
Facts. I mean, I literally have dyslexia and confuse my words, so y'all have heard me do that multiple times. So, yeah, definitely let me know if there's something that you want me to talk about. I will definitely cover it.
Right, yeah. All right, well, that was our Q&A for today.
Q&A Saturday.
And tomorrow we will be back with
wait, I did the wrong jingle. Q&A Saturday.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Yeah, right. Sorry, because tomorrow is Sacrilegious Book Club.
And
the weekly wrap-up. Replay.
My gosh. All right.
What am I?
I know, right?
I'm a demon spider with Solomon baby riddles.
And sometime probably early next week, we'll have a Patreon as well.
Yes, I actually have that set up. So yes, we will get that. We will get that out shortly. Apologies. I love you guys. You are not forgotten.
Definitely
just suck.
All right. We're going to get out of here, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for the Sacrilegious Book Club.
We will. Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.